Okay, Andrew, what are we doing?
We're making a tier list for
Operators.
Rainbow Six operators, right?
Yes, Rainbow Six Siege operators. I found one that has all of the operators all the way up to like the whole filler. So we're going to do a video for attackers. We're going to do a separate video for defenders. I feel like that could spark some discussion, some debate, some fun. Well, there's there's 7 tiers here. I feel like that's excessive. But yeah, so let's get started with attackers first. Let's go. Let's think about these things and go through them. So,
Indeed.
Sledge.
So the tiers, right? It's
S
to
F.
F.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sledge. Big SAS lad with a hammer.
Well, I'm thinking in E.
Douglas.
I'm not sure.
Did you phone a
Sorry, is there
friend
something
for
I'm
the...
supposed to be looking at?
I've got tiermaker.com, I think.
Oh, okay. I mean, I didn't figure you'd need it. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory.
It makes it easier to follow, I think, especially if you're trying to compare and contrast, especially.
That's what I'm using.
Let's see.
So the sledgy boy with the hammer. Gunther. With his hammer, Andrew says A. I'm inclined to agree with A. Because Sledge, he's quite a strong lad, isn't he? Because he's got basically infinite soft breach, right? Because he just goes in and swings that hammer about. King of vertical play. Brings down castles. Destroys all bulletproof utility if he gives it a good wallop. Comes with the L85, which is an excellent gun.
Pretty much the only thing you can't destroy is things that can be destroyed.
And reinforced things. Has frag grenades as well. Very strong. Very, very good big lad. And give him an A. Quite a large lad. Now this next attacker, I don't know if I've ever seen this operator in a game before. This lad, this Thatcher boy, is his name. Like that. I mean, what do you two think?
Thatcher.
Mm-hmm.
Not taking into consideration he's often banned.
I mean, you can take that into consideration. I'm going to take it into consideration.
When he's there, he's quite strong.
Yeah, but that's the issue. Like, he's banned so often that... And it is his utility that causes him to be banned.
Yeah, I think I would put him right up there beside Sledge.
See, I don't think it would, because he's never in play. Like, he's
almost never in play, but when he is...
But that's the point. He's so ludicrously overpowered. Well, he's not... Well, he is. That he just...
And he's about to get buff, actually.
Then so, he's just out of the game.
If you wouldn't put him in A, where would you put him, David?
I mean, I could put him in A. I'd put him in high B or low A. Just because he's banned so often. Thatcher throws EMP grenades that temporarily disable defender utility, which is great when we're trying to open a wall or whatever. It's very, very strong, which is why he gets banned. There's lots of times you don't see him in the game. So,
yep.
I'll put him... Do you think that's fair to say? Like, to take into account things like bans?
I mean...
that is the meta of the game.
The higher they should be.
No.
It's hard because you can't really assess them if they're banned, obviously. But it's part of their character, isn't it,
Yeah, that is a drawback to Thatcher. The fact that he's banned so often. You can't build your strategies around Thatcher because he's
never had all your
so unreliable.
Points in Thatcher, you wouldn't be able to play the game 50% of the time at least.
Yeah. If Thatcher was the only attacker you had unlocked, you'd be playing recruit every round. So It's interesting. Now we get into like the. So no, I think B is fair for Thatcher.
Okay, the reasoning is there. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, B.
The we're into the tickly ones. The heart breach operators. We've got our first heart breach operator. We'll get Thermite himself. The original.
Him as a B.
A B.
Yeah, I mean he opens a wider hole than Ace does, but he does. He's certainly not a good solo queue operator. He can't be used as entry frag. He has to be right up there and spend several seconds deploying the thing.
I recommend you watch my how-to video that I just uploaded.
Nice.
And you need to get around to it.
Because the two rounds I use an example of how to Thermite, I am solo queue both of them. And I win the round, both of them.
Thermite, he's good, right? I get that, but there's better hard breachers out there.
Well, the bigger hole, yes. There's also sites where he can totally circumvent Waldenau, dining on Oregon, or anywhere there's a perpendicular wall in the
Yes.
And also the hatches.
Yes, the hatches. Yes, I suppose you can open up hatches
So,
that are reinforced. Yes,
Thatcher
put
being
in
banned is almost a Thermite buff, because if Thatcher's up, it brings in the opportunity for bandit tricking, which is more of an effect on Thermite than the other two hard breachers, because Ace and Habana can cover multiple panels at a time. So Thatcher takes down the wall denial, Bandit's putting down his batteries, you just hit both sides at a time and there's no way Bandit can get both of them. But with Thermite, like his charger will get destroyed. But with Thatcher not up,
and they're not really considering
they're not going to bandit trick.
Bandit trick, arcade trick, or anything like that.
I think you're probably right. Thermite in a B. I'd probably put him higher than Thatcher. Andrew, what do you think?
I think B's fine, not higher than Thatcher.
He also has
honestly, like B, just B.
Great, like a great gun, and he has not that Thatcher doesn't. He also has
Is it the 5.56
excellent secondary utility.
Rapid?
Yes, it is very good. I was solo queuing Thermite. That is a good gun.
I used to play Thermite when I first had this game, So my experience was I was a noob. So maybe that's a weird version of the gun,
There's it's one of the rounds in the video. I go in the top of a small tower. I execute a Capcan on entry. I open the wall. I put down my smokes. I put down the diffuser, and I stand there and kill defenders as they try to rotate. He's very strong. The next lovely operator, the person with the smallest hitbox, the other FBI attacker, Ash. So Ash is an F, right?
Yeah, a lot of her stuff is nowhere near as good as folks seem to think.
F is very harsh. The launcher thing though, is disappointing, right?
The launcher. See, they've nerfed Ash into the ground because the launcher fires 2 explosives, right?
Those explosives do a quarter of the damage a cap can trap.
That's not what they're for.
Yeah.
They're for getting rid of utility. But Ash doesn't have any other throwables, so she can't clear ADSs. Where this is the first time we need to talk about opportunity cost, because you play Ash to do that, but you can play Zofia and clear the utility with the stuns. There's also Finka and Yana who have gone 6s and 2 frag grenades that do the same thing, only more effectively, and then they also have gadgets. So Ash is trash. basically, is the thing here. Andrew, thoughts?
So our gadgets, 1 second, is it breaching charge and
Claymore.
that's not great. Yes, there's no throwables.
Ash only gets played because it's like
I think people like the small hitbox, the G36C, kind of
sweaty Ash memes, you know.
It's a nice gun, R4C nice gun. So I think I might be unrealistic in saying like a D, high D.
We'll split the difference and go for E, right?
Works for me.
She gets 2 claymores now.
Yes. Montagna! Like Monty. What do you think of Monty?
The rounds where he's present is really either really good or really bad, depending on who's playing him.
I think the best is the best attacking shield operator in the game.
How often do you see shield operators?
I know.
He does get banned a lot.
Yes, everybody's taking that into consideration. A C, maybe.
That should.
I mean, it's when he's there. It's literally depending on the quality, the skill of the player who's operating him. He's either terrifying or hilarious. There's no in between.
I think it's more to do with the skill of the player that's against him, because Monty relies heavily on his team. Because you're picking a Monty, like in gunfights, you're essentially putting your team in a 4v5, because you can act like if you're doing good team play, I suppose you could act like a moving deployable shield where you're like pinging people going they're there, and people peek round past you and try not to shoot you in the back of the head. But a lot of the time, it's like Monty walks down. You can kill all 4 members of his team and just ignore them until after they're all dead, because he's like. What did you say, Andrew? A D?
I said the C.
Douglas, what's your thoughts?
C or D, I would say.
If he wasn't banned so often, I would say higher, in fact, than a C.
No, I would definitely not. We'll go with high D just now. Twitch. That lady Twitch. With her F2 and her 417 and her Twitch drones. She now gets 3 drones.
I would say she should be up there beside Therm.
Beside Therm, so on a B. Andrew?
I would agree with that. I've not really played Twitch much. Limited experience, not very good, but that's probably just me not being able to play properly with her. Her gadget's pretty good.
Her gadget
So I think a
is
B,
far strong.
the
Very
B
strong.
is good.
Can't stop. Personally, I would have went with A. Because,
Yeah, I can see that.
I'll give you like the reasons for that. I mean, there's obviously there's the like getting rid of all that, whatever. But there's also like an aspect that you can do with utility, like information denial, like see if you're playing so like see you're playing like any map, say you're playing like Canal or something, and it's like the mid round, and all the cameras on the like scuba side of the building, all of them are all dead, but then all the like hard cams like in reception and all that are all still alive. Like even though you can't see the attackers, you know that they're pushing from the kind of scuba side. But if you've got Twitch, you can go around with your drone very quickly at the start of the round and kill all the cameras, so they've got no clue what's going on.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I do love doing that sometimes.
Yeah, you can kill the cameras without like exposing your actual playing position.
Yeah, and you can also sneak them into some interesting places. Like you can't get bulletproofs and you can't get maestro cameras, but most other bits of utility you can clear out from outside. Also, the F2 absolutely fucking slaps.
It is a good gun.
So yeah, put Twitch in A. Probably lower than Sledge, but put an A. Oh, the most controversial operators in the game. The Russians.
Fuse.
That Fuse boy. That Fuse boy.
As long as we're on bomb, he's pretty strong.
Yeah, maybe just right.
Yeah, I mean, well, listen, we're on bomb. I'd also say Fuse is pretty strong.
I'm a big fan personally. I mean, the team killing opportunities are all there.
The AK-12 is good.
AK-12 is good. He's got a hard breach tin opener thing.
He's got hard
breach
breach.
and charge, which does quite well with vertical play if you're doing the charges.
Yeah. It's great for clearing any kind of utility. It's just like the defense, like Jaeger Romai, like defending against a Fuse. It's like Jaeger can have all three of his ADSs in a room and one Fuse charge will clear them. It's ludicrous.
The drawbacks are
destroy them, it'll wipe out their use for 10 seconds.
It's too slow.
Yeah, but it could destroy them because it fires 5 and it can only catch 3.
That's what I'm saying. Even if they're in the middle of the room and none of the 2 explosions gets near an ADS, all 3 ADSs will shoot at one, and therefore they're out of commission for 10 seconds.
It's a ludicrous gadget. The biggest drawback is he's slow as balls.
Yeah.
So he's not moving around fast. Andrew, was that what were you going to add?
Yeah, his drawback is he's slow. For me, I think he's an A, S minus tier operator.
Douglas?
Out of curiosity, what is the S about? I'm not used to there being an S above A.
It's just
It's just above A. It's just like
above A.
it's like superior, super duper or something.
That makes sense.
I would think A as well, to be fair.
Yeah.
I'll put him in A, but I'll put him lower than Twitch because I don't think he's as fraggy.
How are you getting them higher and lower within the same?
Because I put them closer to the A.
I
I can order them.
So the closer to the left they are, the higher they are, basically.
Yeah, that's my logic. Right, his Spetsnaz companion, Glaz. He's called like Terry Glazkov, and that's why he's called Glaz. Glaz is a fun one. You don't see a lot of Glaz play. And it's mostly the DMR, isn't it?
Yeah. It's another one of the ones that, depending a lot on A situation and B how he's played, is either terrifying or utterly useless.
Yeah. I don't really play much myself, so my opinion is mostly based on seeing others play.
It's not really a DMR meta.
I don't have a favourable opinion. I think he's towards the lower end, right? I mean,
if you play Glaz and you're like aggressive playing Glaz, like you like just absolutely smoke the hell out of the room and then walk in through the smoke blapping folk, he's quite strong. But it's like it's bizarre because like his gadget is ludicrous. Like being able to see smoke is really strong, but his gun is trash. Like it's like such a weird balancing effect, you know?
Yeah. I remember the first few times I played him years ago. Literally, I could shoot someone in the ass from full health in the opening seconds of the round, and they would drop dead.
It's
not like that now.
No, that would be a bit of a nerf to Cali if they did that. His gun doesn't really have any recoil. It is very just 17 rounds on it or something. It just goes bang, 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 bang. So that. I'm thinking C, probably. I don't know if anyone's C just now.
yeah, smokes and frag grenades boosting a little, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the only person.
It's good.
Yeah, he's the only person that doesn't get like a really big frag grenade boost, you know? Now we're on to someone like if you want to like trigger your opponents, this guy is like S tier, right? the Blitz. I think Blitz is really strong if you're playing against people who can't aim.
I don't. Yeah, and I don't think he's a good operator. But
the only use I can really think of him is like if you want to like really aggressively clear a roll, you know, just sprint through without droning, just like go for folk. Especially if you have a teammate clearing you up, it could be strong. But yeah. Up and below Ash, right?
yeah, I mean there has to be an F tier operator, right?
I've not put him in F. I've put him like lower E.
Or you.
You're right of Ash, yeah. So, I have actually seen a few folk playing him really well. Like,
It's never on our team. Never.
no. I solo queued a couple of weeks back, and at one point there was a blitz on the other team, and he literally he walked through all my teammates. I was the only one on site. He walked through all of them without stopping. I was the only one left. He walked in. I fired a couple of rounds at his legs, tried to duck from the flash, and my screen went white, and then I died. His teammates didn't even get a look in. He got an ace.
Like, see, that's like he's only strong when another team. Like if you had been in the same room as one of your teammates, you could have just stood in opposite corners and who ran in when you shoot him in the ass. It's like
he's only strong 1-on-1.
And even then, it's like, yeah.
It does depend a lot on the player. Cause I mean, I've played him and lost 1-on-1s because I'm not practiced on him.
Yeah, they definitely need to be aggressive.
Yeah.
But the other attacking German, the IQ. Well, thoughts, comments, IQ, Andrew.
It certainly makes it easy to know where the gadgets are.
I would say yes, that's true. It does find gadgets. It's decent guns, right? I mean,
she has very, very good guns, actually.
Yeah.
But I just don't rate IQ as an operator, so I would say D tier.
See, Douglas?
I'm thinking probably C. I mean, from when the yellow pings came in, she's been a lot stronger because anything she can see in her gadget, she can ping.
And she can also ping it, like properly ping it through walls without. So, IQ has the G8, she's got the commando. She's a 3-speed. She also has one of the lowest pick rates of any operator. The IQ's strong if there's a Valkyrie.
Indeed.
Maybe an Echo, but ever since Echo got nerfed so that his drones aren't invisible, she is not that strong. It's like she's not really necessary against them. There are traps she doesn't see, things like Frost.
Yeah.
I don't know if she
sees the electronic.
Does she see Goyle? Because he's just like
Yeah,
a lunchbox, isn't he?
I'd imagine not. She doesn't see Frost.
Yeah, I doubt there are any electronics in a Goyo trap, so she wouldn't see them. But say if there were a Capcan trap waiting to set it off, she would see that.
So
That's often one of the things I find most hilarious. I put down a Capcan trap and kill an IQ with it. What were you doing?
The people
walking into sight without your gadget on.
That's the thing. The gadget forces you to bring the pistol out, which is hopeless. And also, like the Capcan example specifically, like Capcan, like the way you're supposed to play Capcan is you're supposed to play around your traps. So if somebody's coming through, that's when you swing them. And IQ's gadget, even if she's got her gadget out, like it'd be so easy to kill her as Capcan. She'd be coming through the door, with her pistol out, looking at ankle height. Like knowing where the trap is doesn't help her. Or
she would do that from farther back. Go right, it's there.
Well, if she can shoot Captain traps from further away. You need to place them better.
Yeah. So she can remember where it is, switch back to her rifle, check through the door, and then go for it.
Still aiming at ankle level though.
Yeah, I guess it's good in finding like things as you head. I feel like you have to have the pistol out is a real major disadvantage. She doesn't have grenades, does she? Got breaching charges.
No, she's got breaching charges and claymores, I believe.
Well,
no throwables. Can't even clear ADS. Yeah, D.
I did do D, yeah.
Although she can ping it for, say, fuse.
Yeah, but
at any range.
There's no advantage to that, you know, they're putting their ADSs most of the time. We're finally out of the what they call the Pathfinders.
Season 1 ones,
yeah. And we're into Black Ice. Get that Buckaroo. Thoughts, comments, Andrew? You've played a lot of Buck.
Yeah. I mean, good operator.
He's quite good.
I like the C8, is it?
Yeah, the assault rifle.
The assault rifle is pretty good. He's got a DMR, which I know you're not really.
The cameras. It's like a battleship. It takes up 2/3 of your screen.
Taking up the screen is an issue. But I mean, it's there if you want to use it, and it does offer an alternative. The skeleton key is a really cool gadget.
Okay, the skeleton key is strong. Well, okay, the skeleton key is interesting.
That's it. It's good.
It's terrifying on vertical play as well.
What is this thing currently? Is it flashbangs and hard breach or something?
I think it's flashbangs and hard breach. Yes.
The
hard breach is useful.
Yeah.
But
I would say I'm going between A and B here. I'm thinking B.
Douglas?
I think B's fair, yeah. Although far left on B.
See, I don't know if you can put Buck on the same level as Sledge. I know. I'm just saying because like the fact that Sledge exists pushes Buck down. Because think of the advantages Sledge has over Buck. He can open more. Like he's got more ability to soft rage. He's got frag grenades.
Yes.
He can break castle barricades and other gadgets that Buck can't.
I think where Buck really comes in is very quickly making a lot of small holes.
Yeah, you can do it at range is the key point, but you can also do it without having to reset your swing. Yes, you can do it without having to reset your swing as well. Yeah, it is really rapid.
It's like badang, 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 badang. Suddenly, holes everywhere.
You do need to reload. But
yeah,
the biggest advantage that Buck has over Sledge, I mean, you could, like, in theory, like, stand on a counter and buck the floor and prevent them, like, try to C4 you, I guess. But you're familiar with Maverick tricking, right? Like, Maverick makes the ball soft and then Buck or someone opens it. Like, in theory, Sledge could do that, but he'd get shot trying.
Yeah.
Because he'd be right up against the wall with defenders on our side. I think I'd put... If we're putting Buck in B, we'll put him in B. But I'm not putting him above Thermite and Thatcher.
Alright.
There's no way. And we're into another very triggering operator.
Blackbeard.
Yes. If you want to troll your opponents, and possibly your team, bring a Blackbeard.
I've not played Blackbeard in ages. I used to play him quite a lot. He's also got a DMR and assault rifle combo.
Yes.
Been massively nerfed since you named him.
Yeah. I don't know.
I saw a video last week on YouTube and it was just a few seconds long, can't remember who it was. It was entitled, "You Had One Job," and it's defender walks out of sight, sees a buck and a Blackbeard, and fired one round directly into his shield and scores a headshot.
Yeah. Like, Blackbeard's just bad. Like, his gadget's bad. The premise of Blackbeard is bad. What's his secondary ability? Has he got flashbangs?
Yeah, I think so. I think flashbangs and breaching charges. I can't be sure though.
I mean, at least he's got utility clear. I'm putting him an F. That's like, I was playing with E, but no, that's Blackbeard.
Alright.
Andrew, do you have any disagreement with that?
I mean, that's very harsh.
Literally, his utility no longer works at all. You can still headshot right through it.
Claymore and stun grenades is collateral.
Claymore, yeah, okay.
I would say in E, I think, but
Well, we'll say he's like the top of F for it. The absolute precipice. Slightly more serious operator. Capital. Speed 3, LMG, assault rifle, claymores, hard breach, smokes and fireballs. Yeah. I think Capital is underrated.
Yeah, I need to play him more.
I think when you just describe him as you did, definitely sounds it.
The issue is, I think he's got a bit. He's not as much of a Swiss Army knife as operators like Sledge. Like, he's not as suited for every site. He's very site dependent. I think the reason you haven't seen Capital a lot more, and the thing that will see him a lot more now that operator repicks in, because you can see a site and think, alright, we've already got the thermite, the sledge, whatever. We'll bring a Capital as well. But like places like bloody CC on Clubhouse, you want to clear that rafters. Like people use frag grenades to do it because you always bring people with frag grenades. But you do a Capital, open the door and fire a firebolt up. And unless it's like people defend that by putting Jaeger ADSs on the catwalk to protect them from frag grenades.
ADSs don't get the fireballs.
No, my
discs do, yeah.
But, like, Capital is far stronger now that that's in. I'd probably put him in B. Does anyone have any objections?
I can't. No, not really. Will be, is it? Or
I'll put him between Thatcher and Buck.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
It's time. It's time for the fidget spinners. the Hatch Queen herself.
You certainly bring her all up.
Speed 3, really good gun, low magazine capacity, stun grenades.
Breaching charge, I think.
Yeah, it's breaching charges. She's got what's she got? She got 16 pellets, 18.
Yeah, something teen anyway. It's high teens.
And she can fire 2, 4, or 6 at a time. Amazing, absolutely amazing. Like, because hatches, no problem. Once you don't need to make a walkable hole, you can make a walkable hole. But you can also, like you were talking about Buck, you want to make lots of small holes? Go Habana, set it on 2, just go boop, 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 boop around the wall. Even if it's reinforced, lots of small holes. It's like Swiss cheese. The defenders are like, I can't play in this room. There's too many holes.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
I think S for Habana.
Yes, Jesus.
I mean, the hard breachers are very strong, but I think Havana is one of the stronger hard breachers.
I was going to say A, just behind Sledge. But yeah, she's very strong. Having flashbangs, it's very strong as well. The gun's kind of low in capacity, but she's got the bearing 9, which is partly is okay.
Yeah.
Not the secondary matters too much, but...
I mean, it does, because Sledge losing the SMG-11 was a huge thing.
I don't know about S though. I don't know.
Hard breach is so important, like, for every attack.
Yeah, someone has to be S, right? And why not Habana? She's...
I wouldn't say she's the best operator, but I would say she's up there.
Yep. It's one of those things that, you throw down a couple of the X-Kairos onto a wall and they're muted. You can still go round and do another wall and then come back to that one.
Yeah, no, you can't do that. You can't do that experiment, I guess. You need to go pick it up. I think I
tier.
think S is fair for Hibana. Foot fetish. Does anyone have?
He is also quite banned quite often.
He is banned quite often.
When
Is
he's
he
not.
really that? I mean, he is strong. Is it?
Yeah,
Is he as strong as his ban rate suggests?
I don't think so.
No.
He's plenty strong, but I mean,
He's a decent entry fragger. Like, he's got good guns. The PDW is a laser beam. He's got secondary shotgun. It's quite strong, quite unusual. He's got the foot sniffing's good.
Claymores and
Smoke grenades.
I mean, that's pretty strong, right? I mean,
The smoke grenades are pretty strong, yeah.
I mean, you kind of see why he's banned quite often, then, don't you? He's got an annoying utility, I guess that's why he's banned, right?
Yeah, and like the ability to go above sniff feet through the floor is game changing to me. It's really good. I think because he's banned though, I don't know if I can put him higher than B.
well, the thing about it is, like, it doesn't matter how often they're banned. It's a case of
Absolutely
when they're-
means how often they're banned.
it's a case of when they're not, how likely would you be to bring them?
No, not really, because there's really strong operators that people just don't bring. There's also really crap operators that people bring all the time. Look at Ash.
Yeah.
I was going to say A for Jack of person. I mean, the lower A, but
I don't think I can put him above Thermite. Thermite is
Thermite Thatcher.
what?
Probably between Thatcher and Capital.
Okay.
Because I don't know if he's as strong as Thatcher.
That's probably fair when you look at it. Yeah.
Young blind flashy thing.
It's scary, but
Yeah.
easily countered by certain operators. I mean,
Yeah, you can counter it with ADSs. You can counter it with Warden. Although the idea of forcing a Warden pick is quite strong because Warden doesn't have any real utility other than, the maybe. Like Warden's like everyone else's utility. You can get some use out of it, like no matter what happens in the round. But Warden, they have to either go for a smoke plant or go through a flashbang. You will not use that utility otherwise. The flashbangs are good. Like, they're quite strong. The gun's alright. You can really, push into places quite aggressively. I don't know, if they supposedly buffed the flashbangs to make them work better, but I don't think they really do. I think putting her with Glaz and C is probably fair.
I was going to say that as well, yeah. But she's got hard breach.
She does have hard breach, which is quite good. Yeah.
In my experience, I think C is pretty accurate. I think she's not quite at the level to be operators. I can see.
No, definitely not.
yeah. So if she just goes to the left of Glass,
I know, to the right of Glaz probably.
all right.
Yeah, that is a good question. She's probably on par with Glaz, depending on the site. In fact, she's probably better partnered with Glaz. Like her and Glaz together. Like Glaz throws his grenades into cut-offs. There was a game recently between G2 and somebody where it was basement on Chalet, which is really unusual to see played in Pro League. But they opened the wall. Glaz threw his smokes at the door from connector and the door from the bottom library stairs, which weren't really for his gadget, but they were to allow Ying to push in and kill everyone in the site. Like Ying flashbanged the site, and then there's no support from anywhere else, and Glaz can cover it from outside. So together they're really strong, but I think C's probably fair. Here's an excellent attacker. We've got Zofia. Andrew, you're the Zofia expert.
Yeah, I think this is an S tier operator. And I mean, it has to be the top 2 tiers, really.
I think
And
so.
I think she's an S tier operator. I really like the LMG she's got.
The LMG is very strong.
The launcher's pretty good.
Yeah.
She's got breaching charges and claymores.
The stuns.
Yes,
She can do everything herself. She's utility clear, she frags, S is fair. S is fair.
Agree.
Dokibi!
Well, you've certainly
I've been playing some Dokkaebi recently.
recently.
Andrew going 7 and OKD is, well, not 7 but it's like +7 KD is Dokkaebi in ranked over a day. That was,
Yeah.
and it wasn't. I mean, obviously it wasn't just one round. It was like 5 rounds or something. It was just done like.
that being said,
Dokkaebi's.
I don't know where to put her because I've not really played her much at all.
Depending how you play.
Both of you have played her more, so I'll leave it to you guys.
Depending how you play her, or no, depending who you're playing against, like the utility can be very strong. Like if you phone people and they just stand on their phones for 5 seconds as you rush in, you can absolutely demolish people. Like I did that on the round we won in kayaks the other night. Like I jumped in the window at scuba, dropped down the hole, phoned them, right? Climbed up the ladder while the phone call was going off, and murdered the defender that was stood in bathrooms in the corner looking at their phone. Like, if you're aggressive with it, it can be good. Getting the defender's cameras is always good, but it's also like,
Yeah, you sort of need to clear a room for that.
Yeah, you need
a solo room.
You need to be kind of lucky. That's like not a guaranteed thing. The DMR, not the best. The Boss G's a meme. The DMR, I know I've been getting kills with it recently, but it's not the strongest weapon.
I've actually seen one of the signs recently a solo queued as her. It's just quick match, but I went in and one of my teammates cleared out a roamer and stood there waiting for me. And I had actually to go back and look at this in theatre mode after, and it turned out there was a cav hiding in the next room, waiting, watching through a hole between units. And the minute I appeared, she just popped out and popped us all in the head.
I mean, that's just poor drone play, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, rat spots, I guess, but I think the biggest concern I'd have about Dokkaebi is she doesn't compare to other operators that have, like, you know, the kind of Swiss Army knife kind of ability, because she really doesn't, like, she's got smokes, I guess, but she really doesn't. I think C's probably fair. I think I'd put her above Glass, but I think C's probably fair.
C?
Yeah.
Right,
She's not quite as situational as Glass.
No, but her with, she's got maybe a worse DMR than Glass, maybe.
That's debatable.
And the alternative is the Boss G. And her secondary is SMG 12.
And the Gun 6.
That's pretty bad.
And the Gun 6 is good.
I mean, C. I would say D, personally. Just because, I mean, I've not played her enough, maybe that's my fault.
Douglas?
No, I think I quite agree with C.
I'll put her lower in C, just to be fair. Because we do have 2 C's and a D. Okay, we're doubling up in the CBRN, guys. Lion, who definitely is not a woman, Andrew.
Definitely not. I mean, that always confuses me. I'm a big fan of Lion, though.
I think
I
Lion...
really like the 308 thing.
Okay.
The ability is okay. I don't. It's not that good, is it?
It's not as strong as it used to be. What armor is Lion? Lion's armor 2, right?
2, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, sounds about right.
See, the ability's interesting. I think the ability really hurts him. Because it used to be totally broken. But now it's like... it's a bit like the Dokubi call thing. Because, like, if you know where attackers are, right? If you have intel in them, just fucking move. Like, who cares? It's like, if you're stood at the top of White Stairs on Cafe, and a lion hits his gadget coming up White Stairs, like, just swing him. Like, just take the gunfight. Like, it's not the end of the world if they know where you are for those 2 seconds.
Yep.
Right? Like,
yeah, yes.
And these lions that, like, scan right at the start of the round, unless you're, like, hiding in a rat spot, it gives them nothing. It's like,
Yeah, I guess sometimes not at the very start, but they're looking for like roamers and stuff.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you're entering stuff.
If you're hitting it, like, as someone's planting or after a plant, it could be useful.
Yeah, see, that's a very good spot to use it. I mean,
but the same could be said for the Dokubi call, because you'll hear them vibrating.
true.
I
I was going to say B. Yeah.
think probably put him where we were going to put Dokubi, above Class and C.
Alright.
Because I don't think he's got the strength to compare to, like, Buck and Capital and stuff.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, it's fist time. It's time to, like, power up with Finka. Thoughts on Finka, Andrew? Yeah.
The boost thing is okay. I mean, you can revive people from
The boost
anywhere.
thing's free health. Because the health's permanent now.
Yeah.
And you can revive yourself with it.
You can? Yeah.
It sometimes is annoying because whenever someone does it, it just becomes very loud. You can hear like, your own heartbeat.
Yeah.
But
Also
overall,
gives
it's
pulse an advantage on you and gives you, like, more smoke damage.
overall, it is very, very good ability.
As a good ability. See if you're a Finka and you're watching your team. And the cat's fighting with his hot water bottle. If, like, say you've got a bloody Zofia on your team and she goes in and she fights a cav. She kills a cav, but Zofia's at 40%. Just hit the boost then. Because you've got 3 of them, so you might as well use them, like, as much as you can, right?
Absolutely.
Just give people extra health. She's also the Spear 308, which is a good gun. The LMG, we never mentioned this in Fuse, but that LMG is broken. Like, right now there are, like, memes about that LMG of folk just walking around entire games, ADS, never coming out of ADS or reloading, and just murking people. It's like, because they've taken away the advantage of the angled grip, the ADS time's not as good. Like, we're in an LMG meta, and it's stupid. Frag grenades.
That's.
Frag
I don't play Think, but maybe we should whenever we play more often. Whenever you look at the information here.
Gone 6. Think I can clear some utility and also click some heads. So I'm thinking A for Finka. I'm
A.
Yeah, I'm questioning putting her above.
Fairmount and Thatcher.
No, I think she could probably go above Fairmount and Thatcher, especially if you consider above her hard breach operators. I'm thinking about whether to put her above Fuse and Twitch. I don't think she should go above Sledge. I think she should be somewhere between those two.
Yeah, probably level with Twitch if that's. I mean, is she that good though?
She's very good. She's very strong. Like, if you watched the Invitational, I've put her between Fuse and Twitch. If you watch the Invitational, you will see Finka absolutely, like, 90% pick rate. Ludicrous. She's the most meta operator that there is just now.
Oh, I meant to check actually. You were saying the health boost she gives is permanent. Does that apply even if it's an over health?
I don't think so. I think it's only if it's like heals. Right. Okay.
And I mean, like, yeah, if someone's going in, they're at 40%. You hit it then, and everyone else goes, right, I have a boost, and breaches at that moment.
Yeah. I mean, don't rush. Don't like get excited because you've got a boost. Like,
Yeah,
do
but
as
if
you
you're
would
right
do.
there waiting for the opportune moment, and you're suddenly 20% more healthy.
I mean, at that point you might as well call for it and as last, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Next operator. I've got some controversial opinions with this one, but I'm going to let Andrew go first.
Maverick, I think. Yes, Maverick. He's got frag grenades.
He's got frag grenades.
He's got a DMR and assault rifle combo. Probably go for the assault rifle. It's stronger of his weapons.
Kind of M4 kind of gun, right?
Yeah, the M4.
Speed 3.
Is it speed 3?
Mm-hmm.
Would not be able to tell you that. Doesn't feel like it. The torch, I'm no good with it personally, but like you can throw frag grenades through to clear.
You can. I would advise against it, but you can do that.
You can do it, but you can also grenade people the other side of hard walls.
The other side of walls, I guess. And there's Maverick tricking.
I don't know. I'd say personally B, probably to the lower end of B.
B! Douglas?
Nah, I was thinking C.
C!
Somewhere around about Dokubi.
You're putting Maverick next to Dokubi.
I'm putting him next to
if you use
Capital.
them, if you use them in a proper way in the right site, the right conditions, you can make such a difference. Like most of the time, doesn't matter how well you play him, you're not going to do much. That could be
What? What are you on about?
helped, but some of the ways you can assault Pillbox and Canal.
Okay, Pillbox and Canal's an example. So, here's my controversial opinion. Maverick is the best attacker in the game. Because...
Are you going to put Mez to then?
See all the debate we were having earlier about, like, all these people and how well they can, like, clear utility, or like, Thermite and, like, how he draws out bandit tricking and whatnot, Thatcher's up and all that. All those mini games that exist. See, if you're Maverick, it's irrelevant. Like, how do you counter Maverick? Like, what piece of utility stops him from blowing a hole in your wall?
I mean,
There isn't one. You just have to be there with a gun, waiting to pop him in the face while he's putting his hole.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of like
But
with IQ though, right?
Or
Like-
I mean,
C4.
with IQ, you have to.
I mean,
have
I'd
a pistol out
love to
use
see
their
you
ability.
C4 someone through a reinforced wall. But,
What I mean is, like, whenever someone's got the torch out, they're slightly vulnerable because they're close to the torch. Just like IQ is vulnerable whenever she's got her pistol with the gadget out.
you just need control of the room you're touching. That's all. See, if you're getting shot while you're making a Maverick call, you don't know how to play Maverick.
Yeah.
It's like, you Maverick trick, you're cutting above your head, and then you're cutting out of line of sight of you. It's like, it's opening a wall for free without any utility. And you can do it, I mean, pretty much as quickly as you could with anyone other than Thatcher. And the only wall that it doesn't really work on, and this is a weird thing, is, top floor in Chalet, there's the two walls from mezzanine into the study.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
For some reason, Maverick tricks don't work on that. You need to cut like a big square hole. Yeah.
Quite odd.
The Maverick's ridiculous. I don't know why you would rate him so lowly. Like,
Mostly just experience. I mean, I know in theory Maverick trick is possible, but like
see
our
if you
conversion rate on it must be pretty low.
see in like top level play. Maverick's banned more often than Thatcher. Like a lot of the time. Like he's absurd. He's
Yeah, I suppose when you get someone who knows how to use them,
it's not even that complicated. You cut a line at the top, you cut a line at the bottom. It's like
I know, but like you say that, but whenever
you
you see it, like in my experience playing it side by side with people, doing it myself, it's like the conversion rate's pretty low.
most folk, they've no idea. They burn a circular hole and throw a grenade through, and a C4 pops back and they blow up.
that's just
and you will get killed doing it, like in that, like if you're inside the building, they'll have like a roamer or something. So obviously you're probably hoping to have killed them by that point, but like it requires setup.
you just have a teammate with you. When have you ever tried to open a wall with thermite or something and not have a teammate with you?
Indeed. It happens sometimes, like if you're above clearing utility, but then I'll wait for the opportune moment, which is usually when I have backup.
That like Maverick is absurd. I don't know what you're talking about. Like he's insanely strong. Like even hatches. Like he can do.
Hatches, definitely.
He can do what Habana can do, and do it like even thermite when he's doing it. Like Habana comes in, the hatch is electrified. Oh no, thermite comes in, the hatch is electrified. He can stand off to the side and do it, but he can get C4 doing that. Or the charge can get shot through the floor because it's off floor. Maverick can like stand on a kitchen counter or something and Maverick will open for free. So I'm thinking a kitchen and clubhouse. That's what's going through my head.
Yeah.
Maverick is one of the strongest operators in the game, if not the strongest. He's obscene.
So something
Bang, bang.
next here.
I've put him right at the very top, but you can disagree if you like. I'm arguing the Maverick. I might make a Maverick video playing as Maverick. Alright, I'm Maverick.
Goodness, no.
And I open lots of walls and hatches and gun people down.
Noticing the three we have at the top. I mean, there's Maverick, I can be Havana, Andrew spends a lot of time as Zafira, and the three of them all play off each other in some ways.
I feel like if you've got a 3 stack, you might want to bring.
Probably bring that combo more often.
Depends on the site.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Andrew, are you annoyed that I like Maverick so much?
S tier. I mean, maybe if you want to play him like more, or show me how he's the best operator, but like, and also
Yeah.
right, he's only got like one, like you can only Maverick trick one wall, right? He's not got enough torch fuel to do more than one.
You can do two.
No, well, I
A
don't know.
double.
Yeah, you could do. I don't know about Maverick tricking 2 walls, but you could definitely open a wall and then
But like, so
make
are we, rating,
lines of sight elsewhere. You could probably open a wall and a hatch.
are we rating him that highly because he's a hard breach operator in essence with frag grenades?
And also totally uncounterable. Like there's no piece of utility that counters him.
Indeed.
Maybe
Yet.
no, not really. Yeah, is the thing.
yeah.
That's going to be the next thing. He becomes meta, so they introduce an operator who can counter them.
I mean, Azami can block his holes, but if you're Maverick tricking, that doesn't matter because you just make the wall soft anyway, and then Zofia opens it. Boom. Okay. I told you this would be heated debate. Nomad.
Strong.
Nomad's.
I would say somewhere in high B, low A.
Andrew?
Flank watch. I think I agree with Douglas sort of. I mean, maybe just A.
Yeah, I agree with A. I might put it above Fuse actually, because I mean, Nomad's flank watch is incredible. Our guns are good. She's got flashbangs. The one thing I would say about Nomad, she has just been nerfed, So they're no longer like totally defenseless when they get blown down. They're now prone. And also, see if you're like really wiggly with it, and you like lean through a doorway and lean back really quickly, you can set off her air jabs without them hitting you. But I think A's fair. I think because who does that? A's pretty fair. I put between Think and Fuse. I put it on Nomad.
Yeah, that Think and Fuse combo in Oregon is dangerous if we don't get killed on entry.
Yeah. Well, that's Ying Fuse, and you're Nomad, I guess. The other flank watch, which is the best way to describe her. She's the other flank watch.
Yeah.
Gridlock. I really like Gridlock's LMG.
She's recently been buffed, actually. She gets an extra canister now.
Yeah, they're probably trying to put Nomad and Gridlock closer together. But that's what Gridlock is. It's just not as good. Like, it just...
Well,
it doesn't...
It causes actual damage. You can kill them with one canister if they're not moving fast. They can be cleared with a grenade or individually shot out, which takes time and costs the defender's utility.
Just smokes.
At the same time, I mean, an air jab gets one person once. If you don't take out those gridlock traps, they just stay.
Also the thing about air jabs is when a defender hits an air jab, it says air jab triggered, so you can swing them while they're down. Gridlock, unless you're like listening to it and you can hear Castle going, "Arrgh!" then it's like it's hard to say. She's also really slow. She has the same problem Fuse has. Yeah, she's slow as anything, which isn't good in this game. I think between Monty and Dokubi somewhere, personally. I think Dokubi's probably better than her. But... Andrew, any thoughts?
So this is Gridlock we're talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I sort of checked out. I'm thinking... I mean, I've not really played her much. I'm thinking C.
Yeah.
C.
I mean, possibly even B, because although you pointed out about...
She's not better than lying. There's no way.
Although you pointed out about...
She might be.
How if you don't get the notification if you're not listening, but how many folk actually just walk through them like they're not there? I mean, most folk, they see them, they shoot, or they throw a grenade. And you hear the bang, 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 bang. Oh, that'll be the gridlocks getting it.
No.
You know exactly where they are at that point.
I think still low. Like, I'm looking at Lion and thinking, like, she might be more useful than Lion, but she's not better than Glaz. There's no way. Like...
I think around that level. Is it not possible she's better than Glaz? As a more universal pick anyway.
Well, Nomad hurts her. See, if Nomad was banned, she'd be higher, but the fact that Nomad exists, it's just like, why would you play her?
Yeah.
I was actually thinking the other day, places like that top floor Oregon breach, especially now that Nomad's air jab has been nerfed, it's almost useless in situations like that. You know they're there, but it doesn't really change much, whereas...
You know they're there, but it doesn't really change much.
Yeah, because by the time you swing them, they're already reorienting themselves, and it's just as if they announced themselves some other way.
But if they're in a grid, or they're shooting a grid, they're never not reorientated.
If they're busy dealing with gridlock traps from outside, you've got warning, and you can be ready in a secondary defence of your own, such as a frag grenade.
Gridlock doesn't have frag grenades.
But if you have someone with you.
I mean, that's very speculative. Also, killing
Or
someone
you
with
can
frag grenades in that situation would be sketchy.
Yeah. Or you can be there waiting for them to swing the door, just rapid
Then
peeking.
you're not rapid peeking with Gridlock. She's armor 3. Oh. No, I think low C's pretty fair for Gridlock. What country is this woman from? This next lady?
Norway, I think, or Denmark. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think it is Denmark, because I see that photo of the Danish special forces and they're all dressed the same. This is an interesting one. So Nook.
I really don't think I've played Nook very much at all. Got the Deagle.
She's got the Deagle. She's got the FMG.
Yeah, that's alright gun, right?
Yeah, and she's got the T-shirt cannon.
But attackers have better guns than that, I think.
There is actually like somebody at Ubisoft got asked like why Nook has the FMG and not an assault rifle, and it's because like if Nook had an assault rifle, she'd be far too strong. Like, that's their logic.
Should be played. Is that what I mean?
She does get played. She's played quite a lot, especially now.
Indeed.
She's got frag grenades, hasn't she?
She's got frag grenades.
Okay, for that she has to go quite high.
She's got frag grenades. Also, see maps where there are lots of staircases. If that makes sense. Like obviously, like lots of maps have lots of staircases, but like staircases.
Cafe Canal.
Cafe Canal. I was thinking chalet, because like, say you've got in bank. I've done it in bank. I've personally like got 4 cases Nook on bank. Because say like you go in, like your team and that go in, and like you clear the fireplace area on chalet, and you're like your ace goes up and you open the wall, and then like the defenders are watching that, and even if there's defenders dead, especially if there's defenders dead, and they're like, oh don't worry bro, I'll watch cams for you. You go round, you go through dining, you walk up at meow. You walk up solarium stairs in your little sneaky bitch mode. There's a camera on solarium stairs. The defenders are watching the camera. Doesn't matter. You walk up, kill everyone from behind. You don't kill everyone from behind, but you definitely like get people from behind. So it's a very efficient, effective play. I mean, I've done it myself in bank where, like an ace in that, we're opening the wall at the back of CEO. I walked up the circle stairs at the lobby and murdered an alibi who was on cameras watching the lobby cam in the lift. Like, and then I killed Mozzie and Thorn as well. Andrew, thoughts?
I don't think I've played Nook enough.
I think the issue with that is, like, her gun is kind of meh, like compared to other attacker weapons, and she's also
Does have that advantage of being able to get around the cameras.
Yeah, being able to get around the cameras.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also like, if you're waiting for the opportunity to do that, up until the point that you do that, you're leaving your team in a 4v5. So, current meta where Nook's strong, I might put her in B somewhere, low B.
Yeah.
Much has to be the lowest in B, I think.
Her power is definitely one that you want to use sooner rather than later in a round.
I'm just looking at B.
No, I think the late round's probably the best time to use it.
I don't think she's better than anyone in B.
Not even Buck.
Like,
No.
The cat's decided to play the Switch. Okay. Here's another meme operator. You've got Amaru.
so C it is for Nook.
Well, I put her at the lowest end of B. Which
Lowest end of
could
E,
could
yeah.
be the highest end of C. Could be either way.
Amaru.
Amaru.
Very situational.
Two
Not
situations.
just dependent on the site, but dependent on what the attackers are doing at the moment you try them.
Yeah, I don't think, like, she's got flashbangs and she's got hard root, she's got gun 6, she's got G8. For God's sake. Mad cat.
I mean, I have seen videos of folk, like, bashing in through a window in the opening seconds of the round and getting an ace, but it feels like that's the exception rather than the rule.
That's definitely the exception rather than the rule. And you see videos of people like getting aces with boss G and things as well.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean anything. Nah, Amaru's gadget, like, Amaru encourages people to kill themselves in the first 4 seconds, and like, even if she gets like a kill or 2 kills, she dies with all her utility in her pocket, and unless she kills like a smoke, the defenders will put down all their utility. Like if she flies in and kills a Jaeger and gets killed, it's like you could have went, Ace or Zero or somebody that's going about putting down their utility, getting that to use. Instead, you've chosen to go for a straight trade game, and you've killed someone who's already placed all their utility. That Jaeger could still win the round for his team if his ADS stopped letting the play.
That's true.
Amaru is, unless you've got like some pocket play where you're going up through a hatch or something, Amaru is like.
And even then, you have to have practiced it, because look what happened when we tried that.
So,
Yeah,
we're going to give her A, right?
probably E.
E?
Yeah.
E
I
is
don't know
very
whether
harsh.
don't know whether she's better than Blitz or not.
Probably not.
Jesus. I would personally rate her pretty highly. I mean, probably be being realistic.
Why?
I mean, if you don't use the utility that way, if you use it
I know.
properly,
I think
it
it's
does
just
have its moments.
from what I've seen.
What is properly for Amaru though?
It's just from what I've seen in the community, she's favoured by. She seems to do decently well generally.
People will record for 8 hours to get like a meme Amaru play and then make a video out of it. It's not.
I know, but the G8's strong. Like she's played by good players maybe, or she makes players good. I would put her in B, but I understand.
No, she's terrible. Utterly awful.
Not a B.
If you've got her worse than Monty IQ, and we've got Ash in E as well, so maybe it's fair.
Yeah, Ash's utility at least clears something.
Suppose if you've, in the opening seconds, or sorry, in the pre-round droned an area, you know there's no one there, and your team is going to be going loud from the other side of the building, you can go in that way and shoot folk in the back. But again, it's very situational.
Yeah. I wouldn't recommend an Amaru play. The last Amaru play I saw was someone Amaru'd in Games Window in Oregon and planted in the first 3 seconds of the round. And I was young, running like a lunatic to get in. The rest of the team get killed trying to run up the bedroom stairs. I was young, running like a lunatic trying to get an attic, and it was pointless. By the time I got in the building, they had disabled the diffuser.
I like the unexpected nature of her as well. I mean, because she just dives in.
It's meme plays. That is what you're describing.
I know, but you get to move in a way you can't move otherwise, which is a unique ability. That is her ability. And
Oryx can do it mostly.
I know, but and for an attacker to suddenly go from out with sound range to then suddenly diving in the window. I know there is a sound cue for the grappling hook, and she can kill people if they're opposite side of the window, or get killed if there's a frost trap or whatever. And go straight into combat as well.
She can't go straight into combat. It takes her a second to get her gun up. If there's somebody stood,
but they won't be looking at the window, because why would you?
Because it makes a very loud sound.
Okay, from what I've seen, she can ruin days.
Yeah, she can, but she more often than not gets a day ruined. But I've been on the receiving end of an Amaru attack a few times on the stream, and like, did anyone else hear that?
Yeah, it's like comes flying in and there's.
So if the counter to Amaru is
Yeah.
to look at the window and shoot her when she comes in, how is that not a fair counter to Maverick to look at the hole and shoot him, or like to see for him?
Maverick doesn't have to be in line of sight of the hole.
But when he's doing the one above his head, you can see for him, or depending where he is, if he's inside the building, he could be visible. Like obviously he's not doing it on his own, which is probably the difference compared to Amaru.
Yeah, if he's doing an overhead line, C4 is sort of 50-50. He has to be right next to it because you can't get the C4 through. You can only.
Yeah, there could be a soft wall above.
What's with the defense of Amaru? Like,
well, because like I just don't. I mean, we've got Ash quite low as well, and from what I've seen, the community she plays strong.
I mean, you get like the sweaty Ash means, but like our gadgets are not good. Like,
that's why it's hard to tell if the people that play the operators are good, or if the operator themselves are good. I don't
just
really
need to think about the meta of the game.
Yeah,
how the game works.
That's whenever I'm watching it, the ability to go in a window, from my experience, it's like that quickly. It's game changing, yeah.
It's one of those things, if properly used, can be very strong, but is situational. So there are arguments both ways.
Yeah, not strong ones.
I don't get the Maverick S tier on the basis that you can just shoot Amaru, because she will just shoot you. Like I know
she really won't, because there is a strong delay, like with Amaru getting her gun out.
And they're not. When she's going into a room, she's not exactly going into a room that people are in already. So she already she might get into a room.
She does quite frequently do that.
Yeah, she can get into a room that's adjacent to the site or whatever.
And like again, you missed the point of like, if Amaru goes in and gets 1 or 2 kills, and then dies herself, that's still wasted attacker utility.
It could be somebody else. Yes, that's true.
Like you could do that, and like go in and kill a Frost and kill a Jaeger, and then have your 3 members of your team die to frost mats. It's like, or you could go Fuse, get no kills, clear off all the wall denial, clear off all the ADSs, clear off everything, help your team get the diffuser down and win the round. Well, the game isn't all about kills.
Indeed.
Like if Amaru was in a different game with fragging, with or like maybe even different objectives, her gadget might be strong. Like if it was like a battle royale game or something, where there was like lots of buildings, Amaru would be really strong.
Or if you put Amaru into the Counter Strike.
Why have we got her lower than Dokkaebi, Monty?
Monty can be useful.
Lower than IQ as well. I know she's not got an ability like IQ, but a similar level to IQ would be fair, I think.
I'll put her at the top of E then, because IQ's at the bottom of D. So they're beside each other.
Fair.
So the leader of Nighthaven, the Callie. Thoughts on Callie?
Quite strong.
Callie is.
Okay. What is her classification? Is it?
Probably
utility removal or something.
Yeah, utility removal. Yeah. That's what she does. Douglas, your thoughts?
A bit of sniping.
The sniper's probably our worst aspect.
Well, I mean, you can, like we do with that rush strategy on Border. She can blast open that door from a distance and then sit there and snipe anyone that tries to kill the planter. Or tries to defuse.
See, in that strategy, I don't pick Callie for the gun, I pick Callie for the gadget. Because, see if you fire that... Like, I don't fire the gun, I fire the gadget.
Yep.
If you fire that at that door, it'll take down the door, destroy any Capcan traps, it would take down a castle barricade, it would destroy any melee-size, thorns, anything that's around that door that stops you from planting. Like, the gun is a hindrance rather than a help. Because hitting people with that gun is... Like, even when you do hit them, it's like bloody 60% fail rate or something. It's like so annoying.
I don't think I've ever actually played it.
Where would you place her, Andrew?
I think the higher end of B.
Douglas?
Probably just behind for a manufacturer, sorry.
Yeah, based on like how much of a help she can be to me thatching, I would say.
Therming?
So yeah, therming. Say somewhere around about them.
I agree, because even though she's got the rifle, she's got the SPS SMG, which absolutely minces people. She's got the like on the like comparison to Thatcher, she destroys gadgets.
Thatcher only disables them for a few seconds.
The only thing that doesn't put her higher than Thatcher is Callie. Like if Cade was banned, Callie would be like S tier, because like there's nothing they can do to keep a wall closed if you make Callie, and because like even bandit tricking is like more difficult because you're destroying the gadget. Callie is strong. So between Jackal and Thatcher.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yana. Yana.
Scary when used right against you.
I've not played her much.
When
It's hard
used
to
right.
comment on her.
Funny when she jumps in a window over your C4.
Does she still have frag grenades?
She has fragments. She has a gun 6. She has an ARX and a G36. She has unlimited free information.
Mm-hmm.
You could trade someone without actually trading someone.
Yep. I've seen her used for tricking as well. Like she starts to go into her thing and then comes out of it and runs in, and folk are like, "Oh, it's only the thing," and go out looking for her, and she shoots them in the back.
Yeah, Yana's probably side by side with Finka, but like especially like if you look at like the the ban pick rate thing for the season, because she's got basically the same utility with the frag grenades and the gun 6. She's probably the top entry frag in the game just now, because of what she has, and like her gadget is one of the better ones, right? Because the game's all about information, and Jana can just get information.
Yeah, I've not played her enough, considering I think I'd like her gadget and her guns. And frag grenades, I mean, there's a lot to like there. I think the lower end of A for me.
Yeah.
I'm putting her between Nomad and Finka, personally. Like, I think her and Finka currently are pretty interchangeable.
Isn't Fuse already between Nomad and Finka?
No, Fuse is down past Nomad.
I have Nomad on the left, then Fuse, then Finka.
You have Nomad above Finka. You have Fuse above Finka.
I thought that was the way we were doing it.
I have Fuse at the end of it. Like, he's above Thermite, which I think is probably a debatable, but he's like...
The bottom of A, right?
Yeah.
And then Finka at the top and Nomad after him.
Well, I've got my A goes Sledge, Twitch, Finka, Yana, Nomad, Fuse.
Alrighty.
If that makes sense. Andrew, do you agree with that?
That's... yeah, I think so. I mean, I'd probably Fuse higher personally, but other than that, the rest are in the right position.
Yeah, the rest of them are more Swiss Army knife than Fuse. I think if Fuse was speed 2, Fuse would be higher.
Yes.
Are you ready to sign some Motorhead, Andrew?
The Ace of Spades.
Yes.
Now, is this man? This man's pretty good. I think
Yeah, it's quite good. Yes.
I'm going to use the AK-12. It's good. His gadgets, was it smokes and claymores?
He doesn't have smokes anymore. He's got breaching charges and claymores.
That's worse.
Yeah.
I think
That hurts him quite a
somewhere
bit.
in A.
I think either the top of A or just behind Sledge. Because he doesn't have the utility removal like Tabana does. He doesn't make holes like Thermite does. It takes 2 Selmas to open a hatch. But he can get rid of the utility. Like, you can throw his gadget onto like a deployable shield or get rid of the shield.
Yes, and you can do it from range quite quickly.
Yeah. And also it makes like bandit tricking impossible because you just go bop 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 across 3 panels and bandit's screwed.
I think the top of A is fair. Yeah.
Although I have rather hilariously Cade tricked him recently.
Yeah, you can do that, I guess.
He put down all 3 of his things in the space of 10 seconds and only made 1 single mirror-like hole.
We're into the point where we're no longer getting 2 operators a season. We're on to Zero, Mr. Splinter Cell. The only man with his own separate game franchise.
Imagine they made a spin-off for every operator.
I mean, I'd love to see clashes, that'd be great. Just like London Riot Simulator, you know. Oryx, it's just Madden, you know.
Of course.
Zero falls under flank watch, believe it or not, usually. That's how people use them. But Zero...
He uses Zero cams for.
Yep.
So his pistol, it's always silence or something, right?
It's always silent. He also has to go on 6.
Of course.
He's got hard breach.
Hard breach.
Does he have smokes? I'm not sure. He's all secondary is.
I'm thinking claymores, but I really don't know. I've not played
It
Zero.
could be claymores, actually. In theory, you could use Zero to get rid of wall denial and then open the wall yourself. But in practice, getting a Zero camera on site is quite challenging because they're quite loud.
Mm-hmm.
But he does have the little taser thing, which could be good for like clearing out other cams. But I think playing Zero, like just running about, like say it's bank, when like they're anywhere, you go in the front door, or like you punch a hole in the window, go boof, 1 in the lobby, go around the back, boof, 1 in square stairs, just boof, 1 in main stairs, just stick the cameras everywhere, just use them as like, you know, flank drones, kind of. To benefit of Zero. I think he's probably quite good, but not like super good. Probably put him above Nuke, below Buck.
Yeah.
Andrew?
The funny thing is, like, for all these cameras are noisy going in, it just takes one of the other attackers to be firing a couple of rounds. You don't hear it, but then you turn around and you go, oh, look at that thing sticking out the middle of the door.
Yeah, just above Nuke is probably fair, I guess.
Okay, here's another one. The Argentinian gentleman. Flores. Mr. Flowers. Any thoughts?
Initially, it was kind of the next Amaru. Like, anyone playing him would spend so much time just sitting on their gadgets that the round was basically over before they actually did anything.
I think that's like sometimes that's like the team going too fast because Flores.
There was that time like you were playing Flores and you admitted to yourself like
that
you finished up with doing the Flores thing and realised there were 15 seconds left to plant.
No. The round was you had already planted, but I was trying to use the Flores drones as like to deny them diffusing, but it was like they're just not effective that way.
How many drones is it against?
4.
4. That does sound like a lot.
And they explode.
Yeah.
And you can take them quite a distance, especially if you use the jump.
Yep.
So, is he kind of like Twitch then?
No, because he can get rid of bulletproof utility. Like, he can get rid of like normal utility like Twitch, but he can also get rid of like, you know, deployable shields, maestro cams, bulletproof cameras, pretty much every like. You know how we've put people so high because they've got frag grenades, right?
Yes.
Now, like, people use the frag grenades to clear utility, like to get rid of bulletproof utility.
Yes. And
Flores does the same thing, except he doesn't get stopped by ADSs.
he can just drive it, you know.
Yeah.
Mutant Mozzie count, but that's it. And Mozzie doesn't get the drone.
On
So
Flores,
even if Mozzie counters him, it still destroys Mozzie's gadget.
on our description, he sounds like he should be stronger than Twitch then, unless his guns let him down.
I mean, he's got the
Thatcher
gun.
Yeah. Which I kind of like, yeah. That's a good gun.
I would put him up there with Sledge, yeah. Because there have been people in Pro League who have said Flores is the strongest operator in the game. But I would put him up there. I don't know if I'd put him above Sledge, but I'd put him with Sledge.
Alright, so between Sledge and Twitch.
That seems very high. I mean, I've not played Flores at all.
He is quite strong. Final operator, final attacker.
Osa.
Osa.
Can be concerning when you see her walk around a corner with her window and then you just go, hang on, shoot her in the ankles and she runs away.
Yeah. And like, see the whole animation of her deploying the shield? She really exposes herself.
Yeah. She's actually more protected before she does that for some reason.
And
But in saying that,
she gets impacted. Say like literally one person with impacts can clear all her shields.
Yep.
And she's smoke grenades. She's a good gun. The gadget's that strong, but she's got smoke grenades and a good gun.
putting her top of C.
Better than Lion?
I mean, it's kind of at the same level.
Douglas?
Seems fair. I mean, she is quite worrying to go up against in the right situation, but I mean, there have been times she's come up to a door and I'm watching on an Echo drone. She starts to place her thing, and I just go pew with
the drone.
Yeah, and she's knocked back on her ass like, what the hell just happened? And then a defender pops out and shoots her.
I do think the glass deployable shield thing, I mean, it's certainly a nice gadget. I know it can be destroyed.
It sounds cool, but it's... it's okay.
But she can put it down and then she's still got good guns, so you can still fight. It's like she's not a shield operator, but
no.
Some people do try and use like the crouching Osa.
Yeah.
But I think she's better than the other shield operators in attack.
Except Fuse.
Yes.
I'll put her in C. I don't know if I'd put her as highly in C as you've put her, but I'll put her in C. But that is the end of this part. So, give us a like rating and whatnot. Subscribe if you're looking forward to Defenders. Leave a comment. Tell us what you think. Tell us if we think someone's too strong or someone's too weak. Or tell us if you agree. And we will see you very soon when we talk about people on
Defenders.
Defense, yes. There's more of them than there are attackers.
Yeah, one more.